a test, and they basically it was the same test they gave to two different kinds of treatments. In the first treatment, they said, this is an IQ test. Do your best. You have half an hour or whatever. Do your best. So in the other treatment, they said, this is just a test to figure out whether the test makes sense. We don't really care how you do. Just do your best. You have half an hour. Same amount of time, but the way they framed the test was radically different. Whites did approximately equally well in both treatments. Asians did approximately equally well in both treatments. African Americans plummeted 20 IQ points by the measurement of the test in the first framing as opposed to the second framing. Interestingly, in the second framing, they did about as well. Pretty much everyone did as well in the second framing, when it wasn't sold as an IQ test. It's a very famous, you can understand why it's a very famous result. Steele and Aronson, I can send you it's a very dense technical paper. Yeah, we should stop. It's not good. Do you want to have the last word, Will?
Yeah, honestly, I was going to say, well, this is another, this also illustrates the importance of the BNC. Those of you who don't know, I just graduated, but I was been part of the BNC for the last 2 years. And Plato said first science is political science. And basically, like he said, there are many people with political affiliations who have motive in order to prove certain things. Because the moment you start to compartmentalize people, telling you that you're able to do this well, suddenly the majority remains the majority. That's more or less how that works. And there is a huge movement in education right now, especially politically, about which direction we're going to be taking our education. For instance, Texas controls the textbooks in high school. This is true. The way Texas votes, basically, will determine the way that high school textbooks are written for the entire country, because Texas is the biggest buyer of textbooks in the country, so every textbook writer tries to appease them. This is really the core of the BNC. We're just a way of listening to everybody, listening to each side, and providing a means of us all to have a voice in this interdisciplinary educational model. So as far as how it's related to CREST, I think that's another way.
Good. Well, thank you.
So, another round of applause for us.
Okay. Well, so I'll leave you to your devices and your self-curriculum.
Yeah. Okay. I think we should just have like a 5-minute break, and then we all come back, and we're gonna actually.